Hello friends, my name is Roshan Nandurkar, and in this tutorial I am going to explain how to perform simple JDBC CRUD operation by using singleton class in Java. For this we require some MySQL database and NetBeans software. So first of all we will open a NetBeans and we will create a new project here. For that I will click on new file menu, new project, select Java application, and next we will name for this project for as a simple CRUD. I will click on finish. Now this is our project, and within this project we can see that NetBeans created one simple CRUD package, and within this simple CRUD package there is a simple CRUD.java class is available. Now we will delete unnecessary code from here. This is our entry point class. By default this will be our entry point class. Now we can check it out. So we will say s out simple CRUD project, and we will run this. Now you can see that in the console we are getting this output, that is simple CRUD project. Now this will be our default class. Whenever we will run this project, this class will firstly loaded, and then after from this class we can load other classes. So for that I will create one package here. We will say new Java package org.nlt.view. I will click on finish, and within this package we can write some view classes, that is simple JFRame or internal frame, so and so on classes. So now we will perform CRUD operation for person details. So for that we will design a one JFrame window. So for that I will click on this org.nlt.view package. I will select new and JFrame form. I will say JFrame form, and now we can name for this class name like main frame. I will click on finish. We can design this JFrame form by using some labels and text fields. So for that I will drag one panel from palette, and we will set the border properties for this panel. For that I will click on this panel. I will select properties from properties, and we will select border property, and from border properties we will select title border, and title border we can say as a person detail. Now we can divide this panel in number of grids. So for that we will change the layout property for this label. I will click on this, I will right click on this panel, select set layout properties, and then I will choose grid layout option. So now this is our panel, and from navigator we can see the grid layout properties for this panel. We will click on this panel and we can select grid layout. So this is a navigator. If this is not appearing, we can select Windows menu, and then from window menu we can select navigator option, and then after we can see at the left bottom corner we can see this navigator, and whenever we will click on this panel we can see the selection for this panel. Now we will click on this panel and we will select grid layout properties for this panel, we will divide this panel in two columns. Horizontal gap we can set as a 10 pixel. Rows I will prefer to go with 3 rows. That is the name of the person, age of the person, and the contact for the person. Horizontal gap, vertical gap we can set as a 20. Now then we will drag some label here, label for name, to have name, text, and then I will drag text to receive name of the person, then for age label, then text field for a text field, then contact label, and then contact text field. We will we can change this text property for this label. For that I will click on this label, and we can change text. So we will say name, age, and contact. Now we will blank this text field, we will also blank this text field, and we will also blank this text field. And now we can change the variable name properties for this text field. So for that I will click on this text field, then from properties I will select code, and then we will say name text field. We will say age text field, and contact text field. Now to perform CRUD operation, we will design some buttons here. So for that we will drag one more panel here, and we will once again set border properties for this label. So for that I will click on this label panel, I will select border, then title border, and we need not to set title for this panel. Now we will divide this panel in grid. So for that I will say grid layout, and then after this is our panel, or from navigator we can select this panel, and then from here we can see the grid layout properties for this panel. Now we will divide this panel in 4 columns. So for that I will say 4 columns. Horizontal gap we can set as a 10, then rows we need to have only 1 row, and vertical gap we need not to set because we have only 1 row. So now we will drag some buttons in this panel, like submit button, update button, delete button, and reset button. We will change the text property for this buttons. I will select this button text, and I will say submit. Now I will select second button, update button, I will select third button, I will say delete, and fourth for reset. Now we will change the variable name properties for this label. I will select first button, that is submit button, I will select code, and from code I will say submit button. I will say update button, third that is delete button, to delete the record of the person, and reset button. Now we will display person record within a table. So for that I will drag one more panel here, and we will change the border property for this panel. I will select this panel, then from properties I will change border property, and once again we will choose title border, and I will click on OK. So we will have this border. Now we can drag here table. So table within this panel, and we will set the height for this label. Now I will select on this table, and then from code we can name variable name for this table as a person table. Okay, and we will run this class, run this project. So now from default class, that is from simple CRUD, and from this class we need to create object for this main frame. So new main frame, we will say set visible, and we will run this project. Now our JFRame window is ready. Now we can set this JFRame exactly in the center of this desktop. So for that we will click on this main frame, and we will select this frame, and from properties I will select code option, and from code option we will say generate resize code, and we will check this generate center option, and once again we will run this. Okay, so now our JFrame is ready to perform some CRUD operation. In the next tutorial I will explain how to perform submit operation over a person on person detail. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.